There are nights that pass like smoke, fading without memory. And then there are nights that cling, nights that leave their weight pressed into your bones, nights you can't shake even years later. But the worst are the nights that do not end, the ones that trap you, repeating themselves until you are no longer certain if the world beyond them exists at all. The night that wouldn't end is one such story. It begins, as all stories like this do, with a place. A lonely stretch of road cutting through the pines, blacktop cracked and uneven, barely used even in the best of times. The old highway. It once connected towns, but the interstate made it irrelevant, a forgotten relic winding through hills and valleys where no one goes anymore. It should have been left to rot, reclaimed by weeds and silence. But sometimes, when the night is right and the moon low, travelers find themselves on it without meaning to. One wrong turn, one missed exit, and they are there, headlights carving through endless dark. The old highway has no mile markers, no signs, no proof that it exists at all. Yet those who find it always describe the same thing. The way the trees close in overhead, branches knitting so tightly that the stars vanish. The way the asphalt seems to stretch longer than it should, each curve leading only to another. And the way time itself begins to unravel, though they never realize it until it's too late. It starts subtly, a radio station repeating the same song, word for word, as though the DJ has forgotten to change the record. A clock on the dashboard that never moves past midnight, no matter how long you drive. The same deer crossing the road in the same way, hooves striking pavement with identical rhythm. At first, you tell yourself it's coincidence, fatigue, imagination. But as the miles drag on, the pattern becomes undeniable. You are not moving forward. You are circling, spiraling, caught in a loop. Witnesses who escaped, if they can be called lucky, say, the first loop feels almost normal. The second feels strange. By the third, the changes begin. Headlights flicker against shapes in the trees that were not there before. The asphalt glistens wet, though the sky is clear. Shadows stretch across the road, too long, too thin, as though cast by figures you cannot see. And always, the clock reads midnight. It is said the loop tightens the longer you remain. The first cycle lasts an hour, the second half that, the third shorter still. Time collapses inward, folding you closer and closer to the core of whatever holds you. By the seventh loop, minutes stretch like days, and every sound carries the weight of eternity. No one agrees on what waits at the center. Some claim it is the memory of a tragedy, replaying itself until the land itself cannot let go. A bus that crashed one stormy night, killing all aboard. A family stranded on the roadside, never seen again. Others believe it is not memory, but hunger that something lives within the loop, feeding on those who stumble into it, using repetition to soften them before the final strike. The stories of survivors, rare as they are, carry similarities. They speak of figures glimpsed in the rearview mirror, walking along the shoulder of the road, closer with each loop. Their faces are never clear, blurred as though by fogged glass. Some shuffle as though broken, others stride with purpose. But they are always there, just behind, never falling behind no matter how fast you drive. Worse still are those who appear ahead. Shapes standing in the headlights, arms hanging limply, heads cocked as though listening. The first time, you swerve to miss them. The second, they move closer to the center line. By the third, they no longer move at all, and your tires pass through them with no resistance, as if they are smoke. Yet when you check the mirror, they are still there, standing, watching, waiting. The haunting is not limited to the road itself. Some describe hearing voices in the car, murmurs rising from the back seat, though they are alone. Others feel hands pressing against the glass from the outside, leaving streaks that fade before their eyes. One man swore the rear view showed not the road behind him, but a tunnel of endless darkness, something vast and writhing moving within it. And through it all, the loops continue. Midnight, always midnight, as though the night itself has forgotten how to pass. Those who vanish completely, because many do, are said to become part of it. Drivers on rare nights swear they see other cars ahead, taillights glowing dimly, moving at the same pace. But no matter how fast they go, they never catch up. Sometimes the taillights vanish suddenly, swallowed by the dark, as though snuffed out. Sometimes they pull to the shoulder, and if you pass, you see the driver slumped over the wheel, face pale, eyes wide, mouth frozen in a silent scream. Then, the next loop, the car is gone. The few who escaped never explain how. Some say they turned off their headlights and drove blind until the road spat them out. Others claim they forced themselves to stop, to wait on the shoulder, no matter what they saw moving around them, until the loop broke. But most simply say they do not remember. One moment, they were caught in the endless midnight. The next, they were on a different road, dawn breaking, the old highway nowhere to be found. The curse of the night that wouldn't end is not only in its loops, but in what follows after. Survivors are never truly free. They wake to clocks frozen at midnight, hear tires crunching gravel outside their homes when no car is there. They find themselves driving familiar routes, only to realize they have no memory of how they arrived. Some return to the loop without meaning to, drawn back like metal to a magnet, until one day they do not return at all. There is a pattern to those it chooses. Lonely travelers, those driving long hours on empty highways. People running from something: grief, guilt, loss. The loop does not catch the content, the satisfied. It feeds on the restless, the weary, those already circling their own darkness. Perhaps that is why it holds so tightly, because those it takes were already trapped long before they saw the first curve of the old highway. And what of the figures on the roadside? The ones who watch, the ones who walk. Some say they are echoes of past victims, hollowed out by endless repetition, now part of the trap itself. Others believe they are something older, lures set by whatever waits at the heart of the loop. Perhaps both are true. Perhaps the longer you walk the endless night, the less of yourself remains, until you are only a shadow, waiting for the next traveler to join you. The night that wouldn't end is not a place you can find on purpose. It is not marked on any map, nor charted by compass. It finds you. One wrong turn, one missed exit, one moment of distraction, and suddenly you are there, headlights cutting through a tunnel of black trees, clock frozen at midnight. By the time you realize, it is too late. The loop has already closed around you. And when it does, you will drive and drive and drive, watching the same deer cross the same road, hearing the same song on the same broken radio, feeling the same eyes on you from the trees. You will try to escape, but the road will only fold back on itself, leading you deeper into its hunger, until you, too, are only a shadow on the roadside, and someone else will come one night when the moon is low and the world has forgotten them, and they will see you in their headlights, and the night will never end.